life's an illusion, this vodka's real. Dare to be amazed? So smooth it's scary that just looking through this bottle may make you a little tipsy. And with a wave of your hand, you become the magician, changing 20s into hundreds. And with a wave of your spectator's hand, you can make them scream in fear. Illusion Vodka truly is so smooth it's scary. I wrote it on every bottle. Illusion Vodka 6 times distilled, 10 times filtered, made with a Midwestern winter wheat by a real master distiller who's been making vodka for over 50 years. If you'd like to become the life of your next big gathering, click the link now and buy today. Illusion Vodka, so smooth it.
Did you know that Zep Shore Cleaning and Supply is locally owned and operated for over 5 years? Oh, there's Howard the owner. Everyone say hi to Howard. You also might have seen one of their vehicles around town. They offer a variety of cleaning services from carpets to tile and grout, laminate and wood floorings, as well as pet remediation and much more. Call today for a free estimate at 8133642185.
I happen to be here with Aldo, who's in charge and runs the Cars and Coffee here in Waterset, which is a local phenomenon, which is kicking butt here and is a free event. He's going to tell you all about it. Hold tight.
Guys, my name is Aldo. I run the Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're here every second Saturday of the month at the landing in Waterset.
What's it cost, Aldo?
Nothing. Here's the only thing I'm going to ask.
There you go.
Like cool cars, cool motorcycles. It doesn't matter if it's a classic, an exotic. It doesn't matter what it is. Come here. We need cool cars and cool people. If you're cool, you got to come over here.
You're welcome here.
Second Saturday of the month. Check it out. We have the food truck. We have White Claw. We have the vendors. Free coffee. We always have everything.
I love the Ackie. You know I'm a Honda guy.
Yes, yes. So check out the Acura NSXs, the Cybertruck, everything. And guys, follow us. Follow us, Waterset Cars and Coffee, in Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month, 8 to 10 a.m. Have a great day, guys.
Check them out on South Shore Live, too.
A little technical difficulty today,
but it's for your own good, ladies and gentlemen. It is Howard the Unknown Drummer here with my friend Captain Teo Leonard, and of
good
course
day, everybody.
Andre Ciapetta here, and we are here in beautiful South Shore Microwave Live, Florida, where tomorrow it's supposed to feel like up to 115. Did you know that?
Hey, you know, it feels like that. I've been sanding the truck, and it's other than the body filler taking like 2 seconds of working time because of the heat.
So we're at 45 seconds here. What's going on with that?
I think you gotta go to Joanne's account.
The delay, it's all right.
It's all about the delay.
The one I went to is Joanne's, the Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So what's that all mean? That means I got to refresh this shit.
No, I think you gotta get out of your
Okay. Well, as we said, this is the part of the show that it's probably best for you to do the disclaimer.
So hey, this is entertainment purposes only, and hopefully it's entertaining tonight. But don't do as we do, and if you fuck around and find out, you fuck around and find out, and don't blame us if that happens. Kind of like some of those protesters that they decided to protest and riot, and they got shot. One guy lost his testicle, another guy
lost his eye.
shot out.
I was literally
Like two different people got their nuts shot out.
watching videos of that right now, and a lady got her leg ran over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she was like crying.
Well,
And
don't jump in front of a car.
fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
I'm not condoning
from
people.
A Ford Escape that ran.
So by the
Which
way,
is
so this
surprising.
disclaimer. So our views and our discussion, like we're having right now, is not that of people that support us or guest on the show.
We
or
are a open forum, and we will discuss what we will discuss, but do not do what we say. And these are for entertainment purposes only. And this is the sponsors are not responsible for what we say. And we have a bunch of sponsors, and which is terrific. And we want to thank you for joining. Please tell your friends to watch. If you could share it right now, that would be great. We're focused here in Apollo Beach, but yeah, Teo, the disclaimer is pretty much what it is. We're having fun here, talking to friends all over the world.
And I don't want to get sued because you get pissed off because we said somebody should get run over because they were protesting and,
or they just didn't, obey the curfew and
or
then
blocking the
and
traffic.
blocking the traffic. And then, come on. If
you go and run in front of a car and you get run over.
Don't be surprised you're hurting in the morning.
Yeah.
Surprise.
If the cops tell you to leave and get back,
get the fuck out.
And you don't get back, and then you get shot in the nuts with a rubber bullet.
Let's be reasonable. Let's
Stuff
have
happens.
common
As a disclaimer,
sense.
Joanne, who is behind the console here, is going to say her disclaimer. She doesn't have a mic right now, but I know exactly what she's going to say. Joanne bought stock in rubber bullets, and boy, it's up 300% since she bought it. I kid you not, Teo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who is it, Joe? What's his name?
Thanks for letting me know about that.
Burn Technologies. They make tasers and fucking rubber bullets.
Yeah, riot gear. I'll tell you, with this stuff that's going on, so let's jump into that, and we're gonna have a caller here in a little bit, but the last couple weeks have been shocking to me. So we had the protest regarding the No Kings and the deportation, and when I look at the deportation, which is what started all the LA peaceful protesting of burning cars and
bricks being laid around coincidentally,
and attacking people and everything else, and all the looting and everything that happens. So 150 illegal aliens got rounded up, and my understanding is one guy might have been legal, but he was let go.
Okay, but a HEPA filter that everyone uses is 99.9% efficient. So we did pretty good there.
How many people have been pulled over when they weren't doing anything?
Wasn't me.
And they got a traffic stop.
Yeah.
It happens.
And they get off with a warning. Or I made a mistake. That happens, right? I mean, people get questioned in criminal investigations all the time.
I know.
And it doesn't go anywhere. So how is that different by, you round up 150 illegal aliens, of which there's like 10 or 15% that are violent criminals. I mean, these guys are like
troublemakers, serious
multi high-end crimes. And then you got about 30% that had minor crimes, right? They, had traffic violations or, misdemeanor robberies,
but they shouldn't be
or
here
whatever,
anyway.
but they didn't have,
So if they would have been cool.
And then you had, like 2/3 that were not, that were here illegally, but they didn't break any other laws, right? And the people are outraged by this. And it's like, I don't know, my family came here legally and they learned English and they assimilated.
Didn't start trouble.
And they worked, in the steel mills.
Took jobs, worked overnight, shared family responsibilities, put one through school so the other one could do better for the family. That's what you do.
Right.
You work hard.
And yet I didn't see my great grandparents waving a German flag out in the middle of the street, complaining
No, it's the
about
only
how
country
America
that
sucks.
someone can come here with nothing, do very well. You discussed this, do very well, and then be very upset that they're able to do well here at you for the opportunity you gave them to do well. What was that, Joanne? Oh, both guests
All
are
right.
here.
Well, let's bring.
So that being said, let's go to a happier tune tonight. Our first one is our local business spotlight, which is Nicole Kavaka.
Yeah.
And she just opened up a fantastic studio, absolutely beautiful studio here in Apollo Beach. She's going to tell you all about it. Are you with us, Nicole? Give us a sec.
Hi.
Over
Hey,
Howard
how you doing?
to Nicole, over Andre Nicole. Hey, there you are.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
Now, this is a disclaimer as well. You're going to see tonight that these are services that and people here that we use. These are not paid endorsements. We do not pay for any endorsements. Bob here, obviously, vodka. He's going to be on the show later. I use Nicole. She is my beard meister. She molded me into the Buccaneer Bruce tapered triangle beard I always wanted in my life, and I thank you. You made an image of me in Europe that this kid came up to me and said, "You're a Buccaneer. You're a pirate, mister." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a Bucks fan." He goes, "I'm a Baltimore fan, but I really like the Bucks too. I really like Baker." And it made my trip.
Nice.
So thank you very much. I don't even know which camera's going on. I'm thinking that one. She's a local treasure here, and she's spent out of her 75,000 hours a week working. She's going to give us some time. Nicole, tell everyone who you are, and you know the routine. Shoot, bang.
So I'm Nicole. I own a local salon and spa, which
rocks.
Google Bohemian Beauty Studio. It comes up as a health spa. And that's
So how'd you come up with the name Bohemian?
because I'm such a hippie, man.
Oh,
You are a hippie dippy.
I just like that.
You got the hippie vibe.
So, like, I plan a vacation, kinda, but then like sometimes I'm like, yeah, screw it. Where do you want to go? Let's just go 7 hours.
cool.
So, nonetheless, the space, right? So here's my salon. It's really you on this camera because you can't really flip the cameras on these. This room has Yulia, who does brows, but I also have Dr. Brody, and Dr. Brody does hormones and weight loss. He's a GYN. And then Yulia, she's an RN. She does the Botox, the brows, and vitamin injections and IVs. And then I have this room with all the pizzazz. There's lasers and that galore.
There's lasers.
And where is your studio now?
So I'm over here in Apollo Beach, one of the Franderson buildings, 100 Franderson.
Okay. The gray buildings there behind
smack in the middle of that
Radiant,
building.
and Coldwell Banker.
So, like right across from the bank, the middle that faces the boulevard. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
But
congrats on the spot.
Nice.
I have to tell you, there was some bitching about her online last week. Yeah, and I'm here to call you out. They were bitching that you were too busy and you couldn't get an appointment because you were so busy in your place, and I want to congratulate you on that. And then they wound up booking with you, and they said, "I'll wait."
I know.
How awesome is that?
They reached out in a message and they're like, "No, I want like this week," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, like that's like if you want to book for the future appointment, just let me know." And they finally reached out and they're like, "Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take that 6-week out appointment." I'm like, "Okay."
How great is that?
Cool. Congratulations.
And the place is spotless. I have to say it. You have a great touch. Even your last she shed, may it rest in she shed peace. It was beautiful.
I have a chiropractor. We have acupuncture.
Ooh.
We have 2 massage rooms. So anyone that needs a couples massage.
Wow.
More lasers.
Laser
Beams.
I think lasers are cool. Now, what can you do with those lasers? Seriously, what kind of services can be provided with an actual laser nowadays?
So we have everything from like high-tech facials. We have laser hair removal, spider veins, varicose veins, skin retexturing. We have one machine here that literally is like 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. And you
Really?
lay on a table to get abs.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes?
I'm interested.
Can I smoke a cigar while I'm doing my sit-ups?
Can we get like a smokeless cigar?
I mean, with that being said,
how funny. Well, that's actually pretty intense. So I guess it's just such a muscle stimulation machine that it just kicks such ass.
Right. So it's actually kind of cool. I mean, we have a really good, diverse group of providers. So it's been really good. We've been busy. We're having one of Trish's last parties tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
That's awesome. Tell everybody about that real quick too.
So Trish has Pure Romance, and she will be at the salon tomorrow doing a educational hour, and really just a meet and greet. We have some giveaways from the providers. I think one said 20 free units of Botox will be given away, which is cool.
Hey, Nicole.
Can't beat free Botox. What?
Nicole, did you know that her passion is helping you find your passion?
Yes.
Thank you. A little shout out there to my friend Trish. And love Trish. And your hours during the week at your place are?
So it depends. Every provider is different, and mine always flexes because I am currently in nursing school.
Oh, congrats on that.
Thanks. It's fun.
You can actually say, is there a doctor in the house? And you say, yeah, he's down the hall on the right-hand side.
Well, we have 3. Dr. Jenny she does the acupuncture. Dr. Carrie does the chiropractic, and then Dr. Brody does the hormones and weight loss.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
So, go ahead.
So really, I mean, I try to create like a one-stop shop, really, and just a laid-back vibe, but also help others that wanted to grow their own business. I know how hard it is to be self-employed in this industry, but also to find a space and work with people that support each other. So that's really what I want to do.
I was going to say one thing about your space. I see we all go to people that we like do their work and cut our hair. It's essential to find someone who works with you over the years and they move along with their life and stuff, and you hobble and you find. But most of the places they work at are just really crappy places. Your place is gorgeous and everything works. Like every sink works, every light bulb's working, it's really nice to see that you don't have to worry about these things that I've seen over the years. People who do some of the things that you do, while they're doing things, their shit turns off. They go, well, this on Tuesday only works. They switch out something else. And your place is gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Even if you have times that you bring people in, don't you?
Yeah. So when it comes to clients, mine are all, is that what you're asking, like by appointment or in?
Well, no, like you show people around.
Oh yeah. And then we always do different, I mean, I try to support other providers that aren't just in our world, right? So any business, especially women, no offense guys, but any women that are small businesses that need support, I'm all for hosting. Like when Trish reached out, I'm like, let's do your last party here.
Well, you also have a space there too, as well. Other than just working and selling the space, you've got a nice entrance room lobby, and it's very soothing, very zen-like.
Yeah.
Whew, that was a good.
We all know the girl likes some plants.
Mid sandwich bite.
So Andre rolled up at like 10 minutes before the show. He's like, I hope I didn't miss dinner. I'm like, dude, we'll always feed you here. And that's brought to you by South Shore Cleaning and Supply, a local cleaning, carpet, and tile company ran by my boys, Todd and Bruce. And we appreciate your business. We're going to take a break here. Can you hang out with us for a second, or you want to roll for the night and throw it out? Tell me. I know you've been working since like 6:30 a.m.
Dude, I'm going home to go to bed and eat some dinner. Maybe eat dinner before I go to bed.
Well, everybody, make sure you check out the Bohemian Studio, and she's located in Branderson.
All nice.
It's gorgeous. I mean, the place is gorgeous. And again, if you can get into Nicole's rotation, you won't find anyone who will do the most for you at the most weirdest times to get what you needed done. I have a very, very unique schedule with my beard and Gray Squirrel. and she always makes time to make it beautiful. Thank you so much for being a
Awesome.
friend, a great local business for years here, and looking to what you invested in this joint. I got to tell you, it's pretty permanent. Good luck. We're going to take a break. Thanks, Nicole. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Life's an illusion. This vodka's real. Dare to be amazed? So smooth it's scary that just looking through this bottle may make you a little tipsy. And with a wave of your hand, you become the magician, changing 20s into hundreds. And with a wave of your spectator's hand, you can make them scream in fear. Illusion Vodka truly is so smooth it's scary. I wrote it on every bottle. Illusion Vodka 6 times distilled, 10 times filtered, made with a Midwestern winter wheat by a real master distiller who's been making vodka for over 50 years. If you'd like to become the life of your next big gathering, click the link now and buy today. Illusion Vodka, so smooth it's scary. Dare to be amazed?
Hey, everybody. So we're back in
Welcome
beautiful
back. Apollo
Georgia.
Beach.
Ta-da. We're here with our friend,
Gibsonton.
our friend,
North Ruskin.
My
Actually, I guess
mama.
technically, what are we, like North Ruskin or Adamsville?
I mean,
I know, but back when I bought my house, Apollo Beach stopped at 41 and stopped this side of,
we
you
are in
know,
Apollo
South
Beach for
Shore.
sure. This was probably Gibson.
this was Gibtown.
Yeah.
Yes.
And with us joining us, everyone,
And
live is
just
our buddy
and
Bob.
just south was North Ruskin.
So we're all
Is that an
deciding.
illusion right there? Is that an illusion?
No, it's for
That-
real.
That's for real, right? Yeah,
That's
no,
for
that
real.
would this would be an illusion. You know, that would be an illusion, right?
Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, good
All
to
right,
see you.
so
Hey, thanks
we
for
are
the boat
live
ride
here.
the other day. That was freaking
Oh, my
awesome. The
pleasure,
kids
man.
loved
It was a
it.
Good time.
Heidi
Yeah,
loved it. We had a great time. We definitely got to do it again for sure.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, we might call you out on it. I got my boys coming up. I'm gonna have a whole group of these kids. You know, you can't imagine. My oldest boy's coming down with 12 of his friends. They
Whoa.
rented out an Airbnb right there by Sunset Grill, so less than a
Good.
mile from the house. So it's gonna be a great
When-
time. Kids will be
When's
here.
that? Are they
What's
coming
that?
for your party?
They are coming for the party, yes. My oldest boy's 21. All his friends are 21. They're coming down for a 21-year-old birthday party, basically all of them together.
How many
They all turned
cases
21
of
within the
vodka?
last like 6 months or so. And
Yeah.
Chris told
How
him
many
about how much
cases of
fun,
vodka
huh?
at the end?
Well, we're gone
Plan
for.
for
I'm going to
that.
be gone for 3 weeks, right before your party. So I'm kind of bummed about that.
And you know what? You won't miss a thing. Just join us
I'll
live.
watch-
I'm going to be live while we're there.
It'll be 3:00 in the morning.
Actually,
Hey man, it'll be worth waking up. I promise you. Or you
There
can
you
just
go.
catch. You can follow up and probably check them out later. We're gonna
Yeah.
post a lot of stuff. I've got
well, what I was going to do with Bob is I was going to take his live stream and bounce it off all of our live streams
good.
into the rock and roll pages as well, and then we'll try to figure out a way that they can order his vodka as well while
Yeah.
they're doing it. So hey,
They can
everybody, this is
order
Bob
it
from
right
Illusion
online,
Vodka.
Howard. If they click the link on my website, we'll have it attached to the page as well. Not only, hey, I got something special. Not only will they be able to buy my vodka online, they'll obviously be able to buy our gear. All the magic tricks that they see me do, if they want to bring their bottle to even more life, they'll be able to buy that stuff right from our website, delivered right to their house just in time before Halloween, where they could become the life of their next big gathering with Illusion Vodka, because it truly is so smooth it's scary. They gotta dare to be amazed.
Absolutely.
So tell everybody about this event you're having, man.
All right, so check it out. Now, this is something unique and one of a kind. Let me tell you all about it because you're gonna love it. So it's a Halloween party in July. The date is July 13th. It's a Sunday. Everybody's looking for something to do on a Sunday. This is unique. You get to come dressed up in your Halloween costume from last year or the new one for this year. You get to try it on, make sure it fits, bring it out, because you might even win some cash prizes, some cool, Illusion Vodka gear. There's going to be drink specials. I've got a couple of bands. I can't say any names yet, but I'm working on some things. A couple bands lined up that will probably bring in quite a few things. That's going to be donated pretty much from the distillery. So the distributor. So that's going to be kind of a cool thing. I've got a lot that I'm going to be posting on our page. I'm going to start going live on my own page right here from the Illusion Vodka Club Illusion to talk to more about what's going on. But the party itself, Halloween party, come dressed. You're going to get a chance to be in one of our videos that could be on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and who knows. We've got a lot of fun stuff. We got some real walk around professional magicians that are in the Tampa area that are going to be joining us for this event. They're going to be doing shows and promoting their places where they're at. And Howard, you could probably put them on your show. These are nice guys. You might even know some of them.
Who are they? What friends of mine are going to be there?
Eric Olson, Eric, right? He'll be there.
Eric is a very, very close friend.
I talked to Orlando. He's kind of penciled it in on his schedule, so it looks like he's going to be there. And they're working on a few others for us as well. So these are going to be people.
Bones coming?
I'm not 100% sure. If you can get them there, the more the merrier. Maybe you can reach out.
I'll do that. I'll reach out to Patrick and Sterling and some of those guys.
We're going to have a fun time. I've got a real film crew coming in to kind of get some of the magic tricks that are right on the bottle so people can see it live from home. The way I look at it, who's not going to want a magic bottle of vodka for Halloween? If you're going to a Halloween party, you just want, somebody likes magic in your family, this is the greatest gift you could ever get them. This bottle comes with more magic than meets the eye. Not only is it so smooth it's scary, but it's got some magical illusions on the bottle that you get to perform in front of your family, including the $20 bill trick. They're all $20 bills. We'll give you a quick one. And you can look through the bottle and they actually turn into dollar bills. And if you look through there, you can see their dollars, right? Here's where it gets crazy. If you wave your hand over it like this, you can turn them into hundreds.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. And I don't know if your guests from home can see it, but you can see this live performed right in front of you. And it's going to be pretty cool. You can RSVP through my website or through my personal cell number on my TikTok page or Facebook page. You can text me. You can email me at magicbob@illusionvodka.com if you want to try to be on our show, one of our commercials for this new brand that's going to rock the nation. Because again,
by the way, I gotta say the vodka is freaking awesome.
Everybody said,
I am not a vodka person, right?
Did you finish up the rest of the vodka I left at your house? Did I leave you a couple leftover bottles?
Yeah. And we've been drinking martinis, and I don't drink martinis.
There you go.
Man, I'll tell you, listen, this is an award-winning vodka. It's won 16 medals, 8 of them gold, 4 of them platinum. By far, it might be the best tasting vodka on the planet. And I'm not just saying it because it's mine.
And
I don't own the distillery or anything like that. I'm a private label trying to figure out how to become the next big thing. And I'm hoping that, all you guys come check out my show. We go viral that day on July 13th, and it goes viral.
Is a 7-hour event, correct?
This is like it's a crazy hour event from 2 o'clock till 9 p.m. and we'll probably be rolling throughout the night.
Now, there's a cost for this for someone to come.
There is. Right? It's a $10 cover charge, but guess what? We're going to offset it with like some really cheap drinks. I'm thinking somewhere around $2.50 to $3 for anything that's got Illusion vodka in it. Which is going to be an amazing deal. So basically the bar is going to be helping out with a couple of different things to help us with this, to make this a big event. And if anybody else wants to chip in and help out, if they want their name mentioned on our show, they would like to come in, they want to donate something for a raffle or giveaway for some of these prizes that we're going to be giving away for best Halloween costume and maybe even the hottest Halloween costume. There's got to be a hot model right there
Well,
somewhere, right?
I think some Good Morning
We need
Don't Be a
some- we-
Shitty pair some t-shirts and some gift cards from South Shore Cleaning and Supply will be going your way in a basket for you to raffle off and make some dough.
There you go.
That would be awesome. And
It
you know,
is
it's
done.
all the money that we proceed is going to go. We're going to go 50% to the best, you know, some of the Halloween costume contest prizes. We'll split 50% over there, and 50% is going to go towards any band that's going to come out and maybe do like 3 or 4 songs.
What do I
We
get
don't
paid
need them
for a
there all
drum
day.
solo, dude?
Just a couple times to fill out some of their throughout the day, a couple of their favorite songs, and then they can tell everybody where they're at next, live, local on our page. And hey, I've got like 8,000 followers on one of my TikTok pages that we're going to be playing on. So, you know, a lot of these guys, if they really want to be on it, hey, I'm not asking for you to play all night. You know, we can split up the money between, you know, every band that plays. You know, we'll split the door 50-50 with them. It's not going to be a lot of money, but they're going to get their name out there for sure. And a lot of these bands
Lazy Gators can really pack them in, dude.
They can. This place, did you see their beer garden lately? It is just freaking awesome. I just don't know where everybody's going to park. We might have to bus them in from, maybe have them park over by the post office down the street and bus them in on like a little short bus.
And that might be good because, you know, you really want them to try your product, and then you have to
you cut out. I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Are you going to? You're going to be tasting some of your vodkas out there too, right? You're going to be doing.
There's going to be a drink menu with drink specials. One of them is going to be the Voodoo Lemonade. It's going to be amazing. You give the inside secret if you got a bottle already and you want to try it. It's the Blackberry Lemonade from Publix. And then My Illusion Voodoo Black Cherry Vodka, and it's truly amazing. You know, 2 simple ingredients, and I'm telling you, you're going to fall in love with this drink. It's truly amazing. We're going to have those drink specials. We're going to have some others as well. You're going to be able to try the shots at, you know, a special low price. You can get martinis.
Oh, that sounds good.
We're going to have real bartenders on site. They're going to expect people to tip as well, you know, even though you're getting cheap drinks, you know. They are serving us, so don't forget that.
And you're giving a good product.
Yeah, right. So, you know, I'm super excited about it. Got a lot of people, even some family and friends coming in for the event. I think this is going to be something unique. Different people are going to want to be on it. I'll tag you the invite that I sent out. I think I sent you it. Maybe you might have seen it. I did. You haven't?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you know, maybe you can post it on this page afterwards or something, you know, so if anybody was watching the show or knows somebody that wants to come to the show, we're doing a private showing where they get to see this bottle come to life, and there's more than just one trick on the bottle. I've been doing magic for over 30 years. I'm pretty damn good at it. I will amaze you, and hopefully anybody you bring, especially if you kind of know the magic already and you're bringing somebody that maybe it's a neighbor or a friend you know, and you say, hey, listen, you're going to go in here, you're going to get a private show. Send them in. Don't tell them anything about the spider. Don't tell them anything about the magic. Just say, hey, I've got a friend that's promoting a new product that's coming out for Halloween. He's having a Halloween party. We get a chance to be in a commercial. We get a chance to win some prizes. There's drink specials. There's bands. There's going to be a lot of fun going on. Who's not going to want to be there on a Sunday? You know what I mean? It's you know, it's something different. You know, everybody else sees something else out there, but I see something amazing, and I think you guys will enjoy it as well. So anybody that can make sure, and if you can't make the show, make sure you're watching us on live on like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to be on as many as I can get on there. Look for us under Illusion Vodka everywhere. You know, and then that's where
we're going to buy this online. Tell everyone real quick where you can buy it online, and then we're going to go to our next subject, Bob. You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, yes, you can buy this online. You can go right to my website, illusionvodka.com. You can click buy it now. It'll take you to the website, universalfinewineandspirits.com. It'll take you right to the order place to order my particular vodka. But while you're there, there's other products that you can order. I will give you an inside tip. If you spend $170 and they got everything there from Jack Daniels to My Illusion Vodka, you can fill up your bar and have it shipped to your house cheaper than you can buy it from the liquor store. You just have to spend $170.
Yep.
What's that?
That's called bundling, and hopefully you can get a coupon code on.
Yeah, if you buy a case of my vodka, you know, we'll definitely send me an email and I'll send you out a T-shirt or something nice. You know.
Cool. How's the T-shirt I gave your wife? She like it?
She did. She's not wearing it right now. I should go see if she'll put it on and come on if you want to.
Well, you can come back with that
we're
one.
ready. We're ready for our next break, but we'll be right back. And if you want to hang out for a bit, feel free to join. And
we're going to talk about Jameson. We're going to talk about Europe, and we're going to talk about what's going on with the world. Joanne's behind the council for.
Speaking of Jameson, I just saw a shot. I don't know if you guys tried it, but it's Jameson butterscotch and orange juice. It's supposed to taste like pancakes. If you got Jameson, give it a try.
I tried Jameson and ginger, and that was terrific.
Yeah.
So, Joanne, thank you very much from Tampa Bay Sports Entertainment and
MF Barbecue. Tasty, juicy, delicious. Ribs, brisket, and pork. Slow smoked overnight to be done fresh for you Thursdays to Sundays, right here in the South Shore area. Based out of Riverview, we are most often located at the Shell gas station at the corner of McMullen and Boyette Road. But since we are a food truck, we're mobile. Catch us at places like Flooring Master, Peter Ford, or Cigars on the Boulevard. Or even...
Everybody, this is Howard from South Shore Live, and we've got these fantastic shirts available at the Co-op at Apollo Beach. My slogan, good morning, don't be a shitty person, along with a fantastic logo in the back. We've got 5 or 6 different types, all different colors, and we're keeping it simple. Buy them at the local Co-op, and messages will tell you how to get them. Thanks, everyone. Good morning, don't be a shitty person.
South Shore, where the sun shines, golf carts roam, and accidents happen. But your roof, that should be the least of your worries. Steadfast Roofing brings you the best roofing systems, providing you protection even against the toughest storms. For a roof that stands strong through anything, choose Steadfast. Get the protection you deserve.
Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration, whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app. Our team of experts is here for you. Give us a call today. We're here to help.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We'd like to shout out a few people. First of all, we're going to shout out our friend Andresia Petta here from Air Filters. Heyo.
Air Filter Change Company.
Located in
Apollo Beach.
And serving.
Surrounding.
So, hey, I got a question.
Go ahead, Teo.
With your air filter thing.
Yes.
I threw up another idea for you the other day.
Yes, you did.
But then I have another one on top of that.
What you got?
Is when you're there changing the air filters, what about sucking out the drain lines?
So
Because I'm going to tell you that happened to me the other day.
It happens to everyone in their house at least once or twice.
We have it on the calendar every month to add vinegar into the drain line, and even doing that, Stacy's like, it's 83 in the house. And of course, if my wife, I can't do it, with her chemo and everything.
Yep.
And I'm immediately grabbing the shop vac and sucking the line out. And 10 minutes later, I got ice cold air again.
Yep.
And Lee, who was on the show, they tell, that's 90%
of your problems of
the
AC
phone calls is simply sucking that drain line out. And I'm like, if you're there with a shop vac and a handful of attachments.
So here's the answer, the reason why I don't
just
do that.
Okay.
And offer it. Because I'm not a licensed or certified air conditioned HVAC technician. So although super simple, I could do it. And let's just say if a client, because I'll go somewhere else with this, depending on the client, elderly or whatnot, they need me to do it, I'll do it. And I'll just have to have them sign a waiver or something. Hey, I'm not responsible. Because the reason why I don't do that, because I'm not certified and licensed, as soon as I leave, something happens to their AC, whether it's my fault or not.
Makes
Who's
sense.
the last person that touched their AC?
Absolutely.
The air filter change guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm liable. But you get where I'm coming at with, depending on.
As somebody that's been sued 17 times for the most moronic stuff on the planet.
Right, exactly. So we got to cover our bases with that. However, I actually got a call this last week from someone from the Apollo Beach Uncensored group. And he says, I've been following you. And would you mind coming and changing the batteries of my smoke detectors?
There you go.
Okay.
That's an offshoot.
So I was like, you know what?
Maybe.
Absolutely. I'll come by.
Yeah.
I'll come by. And
I still haven't hung mine from the hurricane because I had to redo all the walls.
So I
They're still sitting on the counter.
I did it. And that was
I'm
easy.
gonna be good doing that before I go out of town.
It was easy. And that doesn't take a license to change batteries.
Well, let me tell you something. One thing I noticed when we were in Europe, Andre, is that they really didn't do air filters, and they also didn't do they don't do air detectors. They don't have fans. They don't have much air filtration.
Well, and most of my friends over there, they have the individual window unit, or not window units, but the ones that are built into the wall.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
No, they're
centrals.
Well, it's not central air, but they have a unit on the outside of the wall and the inside, and they all have them with the remote. And they're all the mini split.
Mini split.
Mini split. So they all have mini splits, and they're all off. And you walk into the room, you turn it on, and it turns on for like 20 minutes, and it's set for an auto timer to turn off because they don't AC their entire freaking house like we do.
I love them.
Dude, it's so much more efficient.
I would honestly, if I had to replace,
but I don't know how it works in the 8-inch thick. Well, the installation would be a pain because of our cement blocks and drilling the holes and all that. And
this was the topic tonight. If you go to Europe, you get a whole different understanding of how they live and we live. There's things that we want that they want, and certain conveniences that we are very accustomed to.
Oh man,
they here do not have in there. If they have, it is such an upgrade. A ceiling fan.
Well, yeah, but also
hold on a second though. When you really think about
it,
of course. But I mean, even if you go to like an outside bar, a pub, which are small as hell, if you've never been to a pub in Ireland, you've never been to an Irish pub.
Right.
And as I told you earlier, there's not one on every block. There's one on every other doorway. And I was talking to a buddy of mine earlier today, and he goes, that just reminds me of like when I used to live in Connecticut. And that's exactly what it is. The cobblestone roads, everything built on top of each other.
What was the street food? The natural street food you saw everywhere.
Everywhere, believe it or not, was chips, chicken sandwiches, and hamburgers.
When you say chips, French fries,
fat steak fries.
Woo. Yeah, and then they call them crisp.
Crisps.
They're potato chips
everywhere.
Are crisp.
Everywhere. That comes with every
made,
meal.
And crisp are made. They don't buy like the big bags of them. They slice. It's very common to slice them thin and cook your own.
What was the dessert?
Crisps.
Was it a waffle cone or something?
What do you mean it's for dessert?
What was the dessert on the street?
Ice cream, just straight out fresh dairy ice cream.
Okay.
Kind of like how Baskin Robbins used to be 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Every place straight just
ice cream, yeah.
And the cows were probably milked like that morning.
The butter was great. We had a proper breakfast. It's called what was it called? A full Irish. breakfast, and you know, there's a lot of things that we carry over. That's how Denny was invented was hilarious.
How's the Mary Jane THC lifestyle over there?
Well, honestly,
legal?
No, it's not legal.
Okay.
However, they do offer a form of it as we can get here in most places. We get CBD. They actually extract the CBD out, and they only sell the THC, and that's called HH3. It's okay. But
sounds like a military mission.
no, they have them in the vape shops now. Actually, I hit it. The vape shops hit it about 2 months ago. They were able to get this product in, so it worked out pretty well. But you know, being that it's a hard drinking town and a hard drinking country, they do not want to
fish and chips.
Well, you got to think about this though. It's a lot of their economy. 50%, I would say, of their entire economy is based on the servicing of the alcohol business, the manufacturing, the delivery of it, the shipping of it, the packing of it, the selling of it, the people, the service industry. About 50% is all about selling alcohol. Marijuana cuts alcohol sales. Let's be honest. And that's why some of these places like Texas is fighting it because you know what? Everyone has a beer in Texas during work and after work, and usually on the way to work. To encourage them to smoke weed, and it's good for them, and trying to say that it's not as safe as driving as stoned as it is drunk. You know, they're doing everything possible, lobbyists, to really make it tough for people to, you know, there's only, what is it? How many states are legalized? If we hit 31 states, it's now mandated by the United States at 65%. It's constitutionally will be legal in the United States. So there's only 4 or 5 states that can fight this left.
Right.
Even if it's recreational, that's one thing. But for medical,
it's kind of the point where, and I don't partake. You guys know that.
Joanne's got the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep.
39 out of 50 are for medical. Only 24 are recreational.
So,
yeah,
right now, 39 states out of 50 states, you can get medical. And quite honestly, if you need medical marijuana, you can get a license. And quite technically, everyone, I think, if they can deal with marijuana as a human being, could use marijuana in their life, either for health purposes or for just chilling the fuck out. That being said, usually when going to see a doctor, you can get a prescription very easily. It's not like you have to jump through hoops for it like some other prescriptions. Fair to say. Disclaimer, baby. Now, other things about Europe that are very true is that they have a lot of passion, especially Ireland, for their history. And they live for their history and their clans. And the stories are so deep, and the liquors they drink are from the towns that they grew up in. Very regional.
It's very, very regional. Very, very
confrontationally regional.
Yeah.
The clans still exist.
It's very much like your sports teams, in terms of the alcohol or even the food and.
Correct.
And the
their
beliefs,
local fare.
It's very much like, okay, this is, you know, Buccaneer country, and this is Jaguar country, or this is Steeler country,
Correct.
or Chiefs. It's really
these guys are holding grudges for like 300 to 500 years.
Oh
man.
yeah.
And this isn't like
it's the Hatfield McCoys lasted like 5 years.
You're not hearing about Barry
legendary,
Sanders.
You know?
You're talking about Sir Barry of Sander.
Oh yeah. The it's so different.
But
because we didn't exist back then, you know.
No.
I mean,
there's a big difference between the new world and the old world, and every American should really go there for multiple reasons. The first one is that you will appreciate so many things that we take for granted here that they do not have. They can get it, but we have it for essentially free.
Yep.
Space. When you go to a pub, good luck. Your living room in your house right now seats uncomfortably 35 people in their pub.
Well, how about
again, no air conditioning.
Well, and how about restaurants? This is something that has intrigued me. This is 30 years ago, and so many restaurants are group seating. You'll be at a table for 4, and my wife and I will be seated there, and they'll seat another couple at the table because they only have X number of seats.
Without a doubt. If there's 2 more there,
there
you go. It's you're with them now. Hey, can you pass me the jam?
Yeah,
There's some Vietnamese spots that do that around Tampa.
They're tight as shit in this place.
But
they're
it's
in and out. They're boom, 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 boom.
right. Yeah, but I mean, it's very much or it's the family style kind of picnic table type things, and
food's so good though. You're like, okay,
it's like going to the fish fry on Fridays at the VFW. You're going to sit there, and whoever's sitting there, or we go to the DeSoto Lodge for breakfast next Sunday.
You will cherish driving as an American.
Oh yeah,
and their vehicles. Let me tell you something. Probably one of the smallest cars you've ever owned. Maybe like a Ford Escort, or maybe like a Dodge Omni,
Chevy
or
Chevette,
or maybe like a Cavalier. That is considered luxury there. To park the damn thing. Oh my gosh!
There are so many vehicles where they don't have. We in Thailand, we had a Toyota Hilux turbo diesel, and I love that truck. And we bought it totally loaded for 18 grand, and it was like 50. Yeah, right-hand drive, and it only comes in a manual.
Yeah.
And we had power windows, power door locks, AC. That's it. There was no power seats. There was no leather.
I think even
you could not get leather.
4x4 stick even. Right?
Oh yeah. And that's common. And they do have the luxury cars, but the everyday cars are still manuals.
When you go into a car with 2 or 3 friends, it's like going in your closet with them, dude.
Teslas over there.
Dude, it's like you know what? It reminds me of Wayne's World. It reminds me of Wayne's World.
Squished into the
Gremlin.
Pacer.
The Gremlin.
The Pacer.
Was it a Pacer?
The Pacer.
I thought it was a Gremlin.
No, it was a Pacer.
I had an 86 Pontiac Sunbird stick shift. I remember when I was
My dad
young.
had a 76 Sunbird. He let me drive it. He hated the car so much. I was 9. And he goes, drive it down the street.
And we used to have family of 5 in a Volkswagen Carmen Ghia when I was a kid.
Another thing too about Ireland, which is very cool. The first one, I'm going to say this. I love the people and I love the heritage, and I made some magnificent friends there. But they have one thing going for them that without a doubt makes it's like their superpower. Their superpower is it doesn't get dark until like 10:30. So they just wake up at like 5:36, and their days are 17 hours because it's hard as shit at 8, 9 o'clock, and you walk outside and it is bright.
Oh yeah.
Your body can't go to sleep.
Minnesota was that way. We were still water skiing at 9:30 at night.
Right?
In the summer.
We're coming in at 10 o'clock, and it's still dusk out.
Yeah.
It was magnificent. The people were great. It was safe. It was clean. We saw a protest when we were there. We saw did
they get shot with rubber bullets in the nuts?
No, because they were very, very. It was a peaceful protest. I was getting to that. First, there was a pro-Palestinian parade, and then behind them was a pro Ireland get out of our country immigrants kicking out the other guys. The police were there. They were fine. There was no tear gas. There was no fireworks. They just went through the city, through all the stores, and they went their peaceful.
Now, did they break windows and
no, they didn't do shit. No,
really?
Because if they did, they knew that they would get absolutely fucking pummeled.
Well, and you get shot.
Yes.
I remember in Switzerland, I was walking in Zurich in the Bahnhofstrasse, and it was around midnight. Right, we'd come out of a bar, and it was during Fasnacht, which is a January kind of New Year's party thing where you're trying to kick old man winter out. And I remember walking down the Bahnhofstrasse, which is like kind of Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, right? It's all super rich. And you walk up and there's a jewelry store, and they got Rolexes and all this stuff in the windows. And I'm like, man, don't they take all that crap out of the window?
Oh no.
And they're like, no.
And
I'm like, why not? And they go, see that guy? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, the cop has a machine gun. I go, yeah. And he goes, he'll use it. And so people don't break into stuff because the cops will shoot you.
Fool around and find out, right?
And here we've like let that all go away. I mean, they used to hang horse thieves. So you know what? People didn't steal horses.
Funny how that happens, right?
Or you got your hand cut off. And now whatever. You can attack the cops, and you won't even get a misdemeanor for it. It's crazy.
Mr. Bob's mixing a nice little drink.
There you go.
They don't fool
Saw
around.
that, right?
So what else? So you had a good time.
We had a great time.
A little
You see a
C4
castle.
and illusion, right?
Yeah, the castles there were great. We went to this reenactment, which was like 3 hours of total immersion. They did a magnificent job. I'm going to be posting all my pictures tomorrow after I get some sleep. We went, but I will say, flying there was absolutely terrific. Flying home, was a train wreck. However, I'm not going to say who and when, but they did take some responsibility, making sure that we at least got a few hours sleep. They were very cool in that respect, but it was very tough. And I have to say that I really think that we need more help in the transportation industry. I don't think the last administration did anything but harm our traffic.
Yeah,
our airline traffic.
Pete
And when I came out,
really didn't do anything.
when I came
Or
out of
what
the airline,
was his name? I forget.
Peter Buttigieg. When
Yeah,
I came out
butt
of
plug.
the airport, I felt like I was in a third world nation. It was absolutely like leaving Disney World at 9:30 after the fireworks, with every kid sneezing and screaming all night long. And it didn't have to be that way, especially for how much money we spent on our tickets and how much time we made and took to separate the times to make sure we wouldn't miss our flights. They could not do anything more possible to ruin our flight pattern. And it was on the American side. It wasn't on their side. It was on when we were coming back to America.
Yep.
And it was sad. And it really is discouraging me to want to fucking fly again. And I hate the bitch, but it sucked. If you went through Heathrow, listen, I'm becoming a very simple man. I don't know how Heathrow fucking moves people that it does. Have you ever been through there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure. I'm just trying to.
And Gatwick, and it's
to
super
go 300
efficient.
feet this way, you have to walk 1.5 miles. I'm not exaggerating. To go 300 feet, because you got to go downstairs, underground, through the fucking city, which you're not allowed to leave. Come cross, go back down, walk this way, and you look over to your left-hand side, and it's the same fucking plane you just saw 4 football fields away. You're like, it took me 35 minutes to walk through this fucking joint with no goddamn direction.
But that's actually but that's common with the custom scenario. Like, I hate Miami and New York with customs, because you have such a long walk coming back. I know when we would go back and forth to Mexico, I'd end up going to Orlando because I could fly direct from Orlando to Cancun.
Orlando's fantastic.
Or Cozumel. And it was so much easier than dealing with Miami. And it sucked because Stacy wants to fly direct to go to Cozumel. Well, we can't. There's no direct flight to Cozumel except from Miami. Or we go to Dallas. And so we would go to Cancun and do the planes, trains, and automobile. We'd hire the same driver we've had for years. He's right there when we walk out of the Cancun airport, takes us down. We take the ferry over to Cozumel. But to go to Cozumel, we got to go through Miami, and coming back, it's to Miami. And then you do that whole customs thing. And it takes like 2 freaking hours to go. And you're like, you come out of the plane and you got to go through the whole airport over to customs and come back. You would think that they would have a designated area for the international flights that are convenient to customs, because there's no way you're going to make your plane unless you have like a 3-hour connection.
Yeah. We really didn't have much problems this way with customs. We blew through customs. It was easy as hell.
Well, customs
and
is
on
easy,
top
but
of it,
getting to customs is my problem. Like,
first time I didn't
Heathrow,
get popped. First time ever. Joanne though got popped.
I get popped every time because of my
time I got
cigars.
popped at
Every single time.
Place. This time, not popped at all. Thank you. I could have brought in what I should have brought in. Hold on, Joanne stepping in, ladies and gentlemen. We're in trouble. The boss is here, everybody.
Welcome to Joanne, our famous producer that is normally behind the booth.
Hey, everybody. This is my lovely wife, Joanne. Joanne, tell everybody what you do, and then she'll tell us about how our adventures were.
Okay, so I am actually a real estate agent with Keller Williams, but by night I also run Tampa Bay Sports Entertainment Magazine.
Which is?
It is a magazine devoted to letting you guys know what there is to do in the Tampa Bay area, Clearwater, St. Pete, Largo. So it's all the schedules of all the major venues is in there. And
With Ruth Eckert.
Ruth Eckert, Emily Arena, The Sound, Janice Live, all those kind of places, the Ritz, all of those. So I wanted to come on because I typically never get popped when I go through TSA. I'm very particular. I make sure everything is perfect.
Overpacked as fuck.
I don't know. I'm not the one who had twice as many T-shirts as.
I'm just saying in general, she's got everything.
However, but
batteries,
I
she's got.
Got it. I've got extra batteries. I've got the flashlights, but I also have it in a way that when it goes through TSA, when we're the stuff we walk on the plane with, everything is actually set out right so they can see it. And I've been TSA pre-check for like 8 years now. I never get popped. This boy always gets popped.
Wonder why? Look at me.
This time, however, I got popped in London's Heathrow Airport because my light up mirror looks something weird.
Looks like it gets set off the bomb, my dear.
But I guess because it's square and it has little wires.
It has
whatever.
a transmitter that can be Dr. Evil's way to get into the America.
But coming back at London Heathrow, I never in my lifetime ever thought I would get popped for something like this. It was a book. I bought a book at Muckrose Castle.
Which is badass.
It's a really cool book, really nice swirly pattern. It's old school, but it's just plain lined paper. I write all my notes for the magazines.
Okay.
You know what's going on.
It's like a journal.
Kind of like a journal.
Journal book. Yeah.
They said it's so dense, it comes up as something that could potentially be a bomb.
Oh,
So I got popped
Putty.
for a book.
So when I was actually a working magician,
okay.
I had, Bob has his flaming wallet, right? Well, I would have a handful of items that were that used flash paper.
I love
flash
paper.
which is gunpowder paper, right? And so I would produce my business card in a flame and stuff like that, right? It was a great thing. And I used a lot of flash paper when I was levitating things and stuff like that, and the rose and all that kind of stuff. You do flash productions. Well, that was back when they would swab the handles of your backpack and your briefcase and stuff like that. Well, flash paper is gunpowder residue. So every single flight, we would get flagged for bomb making residue on that. And then you're trying to
step
explain.
This way, sir?
They're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a magician." So then you end up doing like a 10-minute show
routine right at the gate. I've done it.
Prove that you're a magician. And Bob, if you've done some of this stuff and you get it, because you're like, luckily you end up getting booted up. A lot of times if you do a good show for the gate, they'll move you into first class, which is always a hoot.
Oh, you know what I did, Theo, is I hit him with the spider right there at the gate. There's got to be a video out there somewhere because it was just amazing. I had this woman screaming so loud, it was just crazy, right?
Oh,
I mean,
it's the best. And when I had my factory in China, I would fly to Hong Kong all the time, and it was funny because I learned because it's a long flight, right? And I'm always booking economy, but I had enough I was like platinum. And so I would go from Tampa to Chicago, and then I take the flight from Chicago to Hong Kong, which goes like over the North Pole. So it's like 3 hours shorter than doing the LA or San Francisco around. Mm-hmm. And I was there's this little jazz bar that's next to the flight, the 4 p.m. flight out of Chicago. And I'd leave in the morning and I'd have like a 3 or 4 hour layover because I was always worried about the whole secondary scan and then the residue that's on my bags from, the magician stuff. And I ended up just doing all this magic right there in the bar. And it was always funny. I'd come in, I do it 3 times a year. Right. So it's not like it's a common occurrence.
Right.
And I come walking into the gate area and there's the bar and the bartender's like, "Hey, it's our magician buddy." Okay. And you're like, how do you remember me? It's been freaking.
They never forget, man. They never forget. That's what's so great about it.
For 5 months, and you think of all the thousands and thousands of people a day,
right?
That rotate those things, and they remember you. And I don't know if it's because I tip well or
it's because you tip well.
A good bar.
No, the magic goes a long way, man. I'll tell you, the bar he's talking.
Definitely. And a good bartender remembers the right
things.
Things.
Yep. So Now we have to laugh because you're like ultra prepared, like my wife, and so she's been for our trip for like a month and a half now. She's been like working on her list, and I laugh.
Let everyone know you're going to Europe, so you're going to have your experience too.
Yeah, so we're going to Switzerland and France and a touch of Germany.
How was the last time you went?
30 years ago.
Now, obviously, they're going to be essentially the same buildings because they really don't change much. But
yeah, so most of my friends live in different places, although they live in the same village, and it's so difficult to own a home there. So like, the cost is astronomical.
Generational wealth has to pass it down.
Once my friend's mom died, he got the townhouse that was his grandparents and whatever, and then he actually sold that and moved further out of town, but she was like in the actual town where you could like walk to everything, and he's now you have to drive a mile or whatever,
right?
But
what countries are you hitting?
Switzerland, France, and then we'll jump while we're in like Colmar or Strasbourg. We'll go over because
Colmar was
that
fantastic.
one coaster is like 15 minutes from Colmar, so we'll probably just shoot over.
The Alpine slide.
Yeah,
we're gonna pull up a video.
Now we're gonna do the largest one. We're gonna do the longest one, which is in Churwald, Switzerland.
Okay,
and it's like 4 times longer than that one. But I figure I'll have to do both.
Goals.
And it also has the longest zip line, but they're not going to let me. I keep trying, but we're not going to be able to jump off the Matterhorn, which is a big reason why I wanted to go.
Well, you know what?
Because I wanted to parachute off the Matterhorn, and
you'll figure it out.
Happen, but that's okay.
You'll be all right.
But that has to do with how tall you are.
Right.
If you would have done it earlier in life, you would have been shorter. So there's not.
Yeah.
Or later in life when we start drinking again.
Yeah.
If you wait till like about your 92, you'll be about 5'8".
Yeah, I'll be able to do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I kept going like this because I wanted people to scan the QR code above my head.
Oh, that's cute.
Can you do me a favor and grab that shirt over there, Joe?
And then
we're gonna.
But I have to laugh. So my wife is getting all prepared, and we used to years ago. It was right after 9/11. And we were in Minnesota, and we brought our friends and their kids down to our house on Jekyll Island for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And Stacy and Mary hates to fly, and my buddy's wife, and they had all this food. Now we had a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old with us, and the 2 gals had all this extra stuff in the carry-ons, and we're like, all we're doing, we have like a 2-hour flight to Atlanta and then a 1-hour flight to Jacksonville. Oh man, it was like a whole smorgasbord. And like 15 minutes before we're to land in Atlanta, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a slight problem at the Atlanta airport.
Of course.
We're going to be circling for a minute before we can land. And it turns out that was when the guy jumped the security gate because he forgot his camera. And this is like 2 months after 9/11, and
not good timing, bro.
And so he totally locked down the airport.
Oh shit!
And the problem is the pilots have X number of hours to fly. So because they locked down the airport, they had all these pilots ready to take off. Now they've expired their hours.
Yep.
So they're not
They
able,
send them home.
And they can't move a plane from the gate without a pilot to move the plane. And so we ended up circling until we about ran out of gas. And then we got in the airport along with 8 billion other people that no one could get any flights. And we were stuck on the tarmac for like 8 hours because they had no gates available because they had to move planes away from the gates. And, the classic, the toilets are full. There is no AC in the plane because they had to totally power it off because they ran out of gas. And here's Stacy and Mary with chips and sandwiches and everything else. And we slept. We spent the night sleeping on the ground in the airport because there were no chairs because all the other 8 million people had chairs way before us. So I have no complaints now on those people that like pack all that extra crap.
Oh yeah,
because there was a time 20 some years ago or 25 years ago that I am glad that we had it.
I normally take beef jerky anywhere we're going to go for at least a day or two. And I'll bring enough for us to get through that, some water and some snacks.
Well, that was great until I got popped for that in Mexico.
And
you can't bring it in.
My buddy got popped for a Slim Jim.
Yep.
So we've got Joanne back with us, and she's going to tell us what's going on in the neighborhood the next few nights. I want to just announce that Friday night we are going to see John Anderson and the Band of Geeks, who's the original singer of Yes, and also from Tangerine Dream. He's the gorgeous voice in Yes. He's going to be at Ruth Eckerd. And there's a lot to do here, and you know, one
who
thing
are we seeing? We're seeing somebody.
We're seeing July 4th. There's a Blurs to Cold
Yeah.
at the Hard Rock.
The Hard Rock
But one thing about Tampa, our marketplace here, Bob, is probably the 8th to 10th greatest marketplace in the United States. We get to see an amazing amount of talent, entertainment, sports, theater. It is becoming a real destination for people who want to be seen in their industries to come to Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, South Shore area.
There's actually parking for the events. There's actually,
Correct.
I look at like LA and,
oh my goodness.
First off, you got to drive like 4 hours
in traffic to get there.
In traffic.
To get like 10 miles.
And then you're parked blocks and blocks away. It's like,
right.
And then when you come back, your car may not be there.
Yep.
Or it's going to be on blocks, or someone
Or
took an
on
Illusion
fire.
vodka bottle and threw it through the
Yeah.
windshield, bro.
Well, real quick before
But what events we got going? Because we're actually
running out of time.
Yeah, we're like
real
over.
quick though, I just want to remind people, if you're going on vacation, there's a couple things you do need to bring that you probably forget about. One is a flashlight, because
I always bring a flash with. Every take one
You
with me.
used to laugh at me. I took them to the Bahamas. Everywhere power can go down. 2 is an umbrella, because it rains everywhere. And 3, ponchos, because sometimes storms sneak up. You need to make sure you do those. But they're just like my top 3 things that you need to bring. However, so July 4th, Blue Oyster Cult is coming to the Hard Rock. Just announced Jeff Tate is coming January 30th.
Great show.
To the Ruth Eckerd Hall. It was really close to being sold out.
We're going to
last
get a
time.
bottle for Jeff and give it to him of your stuff. We're going to put together a nice package for Jeff. He's not really going to promote your stuff, but he would love your stuff.
Yeah, he would love your
We're
stuff.
gonna and that's
We're gonna buy a bottle and
a
send
few
that
bottles and send
couple,
them to-
because the band really likes
the band.
to
Will,
drink.
yeah, we'll give 2 to him and then 2 for the
2
band.
for the band. So
There you go.
yeah. So,
Which will make one night for them, and the second night he'll take those 2 and give them to the band and drink them with him.
Yeah.
We-
So he has just announced literally today that he's coming on the 30th of January. It's a Friday night. Shows at 8 o'clock. Doors open 7 p.m.
We have Buccaneer, the Buccaneers training
is
camp.
coming
Yeah.
up. We still have the Rays playing. Tampa Bay Rowdy Soccer is still playing. That really in July they're a little rough. They have a couple of games in June that are home, but then in August they have a lot of home.
And the
games.
Rays are at Steinbrenner Field now, right?
Yes, they are. So they're a lot easier to get to.
And parking, the Ray J has opened up their parking there, so it's not like it's a pain in the ass anymore, because there's certainly Ray J
And it's
has
old style baseball.
Correct.
Man.
It's a smaller
like-
field.
It's
smaller.
the
yeah.
way baseball.
It's like
should be.
barnstorming.
Yeah.
Right. So you got your Rays playing. You've got the Bucks getting into gear to go. Actually, believe it or not, in August there's going to be some Lightning events going on for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Anyone wants to go to training camp with me, reach out and I'll see if I can't set some time up, and we'll go on South Shore Live and we'll do some Go Bucks videos there. How's that sound?
And we are hot and heavy in concert season, so there are
It's
concerts
crazy.
at Mid Florida. There's at the Straz has a bunch of stuff going on. Mahaffey Theater has stuff going on. I mean, you
The
name it.
Capitol.
The Capitol, the Ruth Eckerd Hall,
The sound.
That whole Ruth Eckerd Hall experience is absolutely amazing, and I'm going to plug them for half a second. If you donate to them, there are so many amazing perks, and their donations aren't just to get money out of you, more money. They actually do not let one child go without the musical education they would like to have. They are a complete nonprofit organization. All of their ushers are volunteers. And donating to them really is donating to music in general, so that the new generation of musicians will actually know how to play musical instruments as
Rather than
opposed
buttons.
to pushing buttons on a screen.
And learning how to copy and paste.
Right. So, I donate every year to them, and there are a lot of great benefits for it, which included me being the first one to get in tickets for the concert. So we have like 10 seats already for a concert. But they have a lot of great acts there. They also do auctions and stuff. So check out Ruth Eckerd Hall.
And also check out your magazine. Let people know how they can get a hold
so
of it.
It's actually right up there right now, and it's Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Magazine. It's tbsportsmag.com. If you want to belong to where you get it every month to your email box, just go to Apollo Beach Publishing at gmail.com and
What
drop
is
me an email.
What does it cost?
It costs you nothing.
Get out of town.
And you get an entire schedule of what's going on that month for $0. We have some great partners that partnered up with us, like Illusion Vodka, like Steadfast Roofing. We have lenders. We have all different companies that partner with us. Chiropractors. We have Spineability.
South Shore Cleaning and Supply, a wonderful local homegrown Apollo Beef.
So Nifty, Teal Turtle just jumped on board, and they're the reason we can produce this magazine for free for you, because these great local businesses are sponsoring and taking care of the magazine, so we can get you all that event and all that information to you free of charge.
Awesome.
So we got some great shout outs. First of all, I want to thank Nicole Kavaka for coming out for Bohemian Studios here at Apollo Beach. She has done the most remarkable thing. I've known her for about 5 or 6 years, and she started from being a person doing makeup at a place, a corporate place, to opening up her own she shed in her house, to growing so much to that she's made this whole studio. I'm very proud to know her. She is such a go-getter, and I say this all the time: if I can do it, you can do it. And you know what? She can do it. Bob, if I can do it, you can do it. And this is what the show is about. We don't make any money on the show. We want to help grassroots people, our friends that we trust. I want to shout out Pro Screen Joe. He's on the show all the time. He knocked the snot out of my house. He got all the green garbage off my house, the black from everyone's from the runoff of the roofing. I want to thank Steadfast Roofing. I had a roof problem. He took care of my solar panels, took them off, did the roof right, price great, put the stuff back together, and I came home. I didn't even know it was done. We didn't lose power. He knew what he was doing. Bob, everyone loves your booze. Everyone loves your tricks. And I think it's great that you're doing this thing in Lazy Gator, not in your house. I want to thank my wife for putting the show together and being a great wife here and making the console work. Andre, Air Filter Company,
Yes,
I have to say, and also Cars and Coffee. You've done a great thing for the community.
Thank you.
Teo, you've done a great thing for the community as far as letting people go out in your boat, always supporting them and filtering out the garbage in your life. Yep. We love here in South Shore, and we just want to thank everybody for being a part of the show. We want to thank everyone for the continual support. Also, Pure Romance Trish, she's got a party going on.
Jen Bud Sensi for letting me smoke cigars in the studio.
Hell yeah, Flip Flop Shop, she's wonderful. Ali Serrano Portraits, she makes you look beautiful. JD Coaching and Realty Services, Cars and Coffee, and so many more people that support this show. Lightning Bob kicks ass too. So that being said, Teo, you got anything you want to talk about?
It's it, man. We're
Andre,
wrapping
you
up.
got anything you want to talk
Thanks
about?
everybody for tuning in.
Bob, thanks for spending time with us. We appreciate it. We will see you on July. What day is that? The 13th?
July 13th, the Lazy Gator, Ruskin, Florida, from 2 to 9. Come for a magical event. You'll truly be amazed.
Awesome.
Well, you'll see us there without a doubt. And make sure we get a high top. In the meanwhile, one last thing. I wanted to call out the co-op here. If anyone wants one of these Good Morning, Don't Be a Shitty Person shirts, Connie's got one that Teo's got to deliver to her. She won, and she called him out the other day and said, "Hey, Colleen," she's like, "Where's my shirt?" And I go, "I put Teo." And a question mark. Ask him.
Yeah.
Also, too, they are water wicking. They are about $20 at the co-op. All the money, all the proceeds goes to the co-op. There's all different sizes, all different ones. This is one of the standard ones. We hope you like them. And if you can't afford one, reach out to us. I think we can get one out to you. Just don't kill us and live in Alaska. Okay, bro?
Yeah.
Have yourself a good night, Joey. Could you put that video of these T-shirts and where they're available?
And with that, we're going to wrap up.
We'll have our basket for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to have a good time. Look forward to seeing y'all there. And, hey, I'm glad you had a great time on your vacation. It looked like you had a fun time. We watched it and checked out all the pictures.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, it's good to get away, but there's no place like home.
I hear you. Well, we're good. We're glad to see you back, because I didn't think you were coming back for another week or so. I was like,
well, we're going again in about 2 months, but we got to catch up with the game. We got to get together. I'm free all week. Give me a holler. We should get together.
Absolutely. I definitely want to get together. A few things I want to discuss. I think we can make this a big, big event.
Yep. And most important, we got to pick a date for the Bucks. Go Bucks, everybody. Have a great night.
Got it. Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody, this is Howard from South Shore Live, and we've got these fantastic shirts available at the Co-op at Apollo Beach. My slogan, "Good morning, don't be a shitty person," along with a fantastic logo in the back. We've got 5 or 6 different types, all different colors, and we're keeping it simple. Buy them at the local Co-op, and messages will tell you how to get them. Thanks, everyone. Good morning, don't be a shitty person.